I don't know, what, Grace?
Assault! Okay, Nick, we gotta start our science project.
Hold on, let me put on my safety goggles.
Nick, those glasses aren't acceptable in the lab because you can get splashed and get in your eye. Put these on.
Okay.
Nick, you put them on wrong. Come on. Rule number 1. When working in the lab, always wear your safety goggles, especially when you're working with chemicals. Marina, we gotta finish working on our science project.
Okay.
But first, rule number 2. Always make sure that your hair is tied back, your loose articles are removed, and all jewelry is removed also before working in the lab.
Hey Jackson, I wonder what's in these beakers.
I don't know, but I'm kind of thirsty. Do you think we could drink out of them?
Probably. Cheers.
Wait, Miss Bauer told us not to drink out of those. Rule number 3, never drink out of lab
Is
equipment.
that the copper sulfate solution?
Yeah, let me pour it in the graduated cylinder to get the volume.
Okay.
What's the volume, Marina?
22 milliliters.
Make sure it's to the tens place.
22.2.
Okay, that's much better. Alright, let's pour it in the test tube. Oh no!
Rule number 4, never let dangerous chemicals come in contact with your skin.
In today's experiment, we'll be making a chemical reaction out of an antacid and vinegar.
First, we have to grind up the solid chemicals using a mortar and pestle.
You're grinding that pretty good. Now that he has grinded up the solid chemicals, it is time to measure out our vinegar. How many milliliters do we need for this, Jackson?
20.
That looks like it's 20 milliliters on the dot, if I'd say so.
Good job, Nick.
Alright, now it's time to add the solid chemicals into our test tube for our reaction. Be careful. Nice technique. Now it's time for our reaction. As we pour our vinegar into our antacid, we have to make sure that the mouth of the test tube is faced away from us so that nothing can splatter. Put our chemicals into a beaker for a better reaction. You ready? Wow, that really didn't go as planned. Remember, never do unauthorized experiments without Mrs. Bauer's permission.
At the end of every experiment, it's important to clean up all lab equipment. It's important to put all liquid chemicals down the drain.
Also, take all chemicals that were used and place them back where they belong. Solid glassware and lab equipment is properly cleaned and put away, then you may take off your goggles and aprons with Mrs. Bauer's approval. After our experience today in the lab, we have learned that lab safety is very important. By following Mrs. Bauer's safety rules, you can have a very beneficial and productive time in the lab. But by disobeying Mrs. Bauer's safety rules, it can be catastrophic.
First of all, always wear proper safety equipment in the lab, such as goggles and aprons. Also, make sure your hair is always tied back and you remove loose articles of clothing such as jewelry and roll up your sleeves. All lab equipment properly and never eat or drink in the lab. Lastly, don't let dangerous chemicals come in contact with your skin. Be sure to remember all of Mrs. Bauer's safety rules as well as how to act in case of an emergency.
By following the safety rules mentioned today, as well as the rest of Mrs. Bauer's safety rules, you will be successful in all of the experiments done in chemistry this year.